Right, but it's a huge game for Manchester United. It's 1-1 in the first leg against Real Sociedad. These are going to be the five things to expect from the game. I'll be talking about predicted team. We've got some huge updates on players returning. And yeah, we're going to be talking about it's a must-win game and it's our biggest game of the season. Unless we go through and then that will be the biggest game. But right now, it's evenly poised. It could go either way. 50-50. United's form at home isn't great. It's European competition. New stadium announced. The fans are going to be buzzing for the game. But let's get into it now. Team news: Mason Mount was back in training, and there was no Lenny Yoro or no Maguire in training. Ugarte was back in training. Mason Mount was back in training. So we are without two big players. So that leads me on to the first point, the changes I would make. So obviously it's going to be Onana in goal. In terms of the back three, we know Dorgu's going to come back in. We know that Lenny Yoro are out, and we know that Harry Maguire's out. So that leaves us with Mazraoui and De Ligt as the two of the back two, with Dorgu left wing back, Delo right wing back, Dorgu left wing back, Delo right wing back, and on left centre back we have two options really, because Maguire's out, Johnny Evans is out. Do you go Lindelof? Do you go Aiden Heaven? Now for me, in terms of what the future is, I know it's a tough big European game at home, but I think what Aiden Heaven showed in that cameo against Arsenal was fantastic. It was a tough game, 45 minutes, he looked good on the ball. He'll have Mazraoui next to him and have Dorgu next to him, and I think that'll be very, very good for him. Now it'll be interesting to see whether Amrin will go with that approach or will go and pick someone else, or Lindelof to go in there. But I certainly think giving Aiden Heaven opportunity will massively benefit United. I think the quality is certainly there. He has pace. And yeah, I think he's decent enough to deserve a start in this game. Now, left wing back probably going to be Dorgu, right wing back's going to be Delo. Now, into midfield, who do we start? Do we go with... Now, Ugarte was back in training. If it's going to be a game you risk Ugarte for, it is going to be this one. It's our biggest game of the season. Personally, for me, now, Casemiro, has he started about the last 3 or 4 games? He's been alright. He hasn't been shocking. I don't know if he's got the fitness to play 4 games in a row or 5 games, don't know how many games it is. But I would certainly look at keeping him in there with Bruno. Now you obviously have the option of Ugarte, you also have the option of Collier as well. But I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. I think they had a decent connection and they played the last few games together. You could bring Ugarte in towards the end. Maybe. It's not 100%, but I'm pretty sure you can bring Ugarte on. I think Casemiro, you need his experience in a game like this. And I think Bruno is always going to be Bruno next to him. Now, the second thing, or the inside 10s, Xerxes has to start. And I've been really impressed with his performances and also his fitness. Like, he looked like he's playing some good football at the moment. He's contributing, he scored that goal. That got us the 1-1 against Real Sociedad, and he was a big part to play. He scored the goal and he's had some decent performances, so keep him in there. Now, in the left 10, do you go Derrickson and then bring on Garnacho for the last 20-25 minutes, depending on how the game's going, for his impact, because when he starts, he's not really great. Obviously, it's going to be holding through the middle. For me personally, I'd go Eriksen and Xerxes. I think in the first, I know United want to go for it, but I think the last 20-25 minutes, tired legs, you bring on Garnacho to win the game. His quality on the break, and he does get chances. I think that's the team Amrin will go with. Again, there could be changes. You could see Garnacho come in, Eriksen drop to the bench. You could see Lindelof replace Aiden Heaven. You could see Ugarte replaced by Casemiro. But that's the team I would go with. So they're nailed on starters. Obviously, Onana in goal. I think Delo will be right wing back. Mazraoui will be right centre back. De Ligt will be central. Centre back, left wing back, definitely will be Dorgu. I mean, he's suspended for the next game, and he started the last European game. Bruno's guaranteed. I think Xerxes and Hoyland are guaranteed. So there's only a few positions there. Now, the second thing, let's talk about United's threat. I think it's going to come from Patrick Dorgu. I think his quality down that side in the first half against Sociedad was very good. He was getting on the ball. He put in a few good crosses. He defended well. And then I think we did get Delo into the game. I don't want to see Delo have any more of a stupid moment. I just want to see him be clinical in the limited time he does get the ball, put more crosses into the box, get up the pitch. Because I thought Mazraoui had a very good game in that right wing back position. Delo had moments. So yeah, I think United threat. Obviously Bruno, we know what he can do for us in big moments. Steps up and has some very, very good performances. So yeah, I want to see that happen. Now the third thing, let's talk Real Sociedad's threat. Now listen, I really do like some of their players in the team. I think Oyarzábal's a good player, Kubo's a threat. We've seen it from the first leg, but again, that's probably our stronger side. So hopefully Dorgu and whoever plays next to him should be able to cover that. I also like Torrientes in midfield. They have got some good players, and they can cause Manchester United a threat. And the way that they play, they don't really have a vocal point. They do have chances. Oscarson, who came off the bench, scored, or should have scored two for them. Like, they do create chances, but again, they're not the most clinical team. And I think the way that Manchester United win the game, if we take the game to them, we can't let them start off well. We're at home. It's really down to us. If we go for the game from minute one, I think United can come away with the victory. I think at the moment we have struggled with confidence. And listen, we scored the first goal against Arsenal. I don't know the last time when that happened, and you want to see us building that momentum. Yes, we didn't win the game, but you want to see us go and start with that high press, that high tempo. Win your tackles early, maybe even score a couple goals if we can, because we did have chances against them. It should have been 2-3, 4-1 potentially. So yeah, that's that. Now, number 4, I want to talk about Højlund, because he's a very decisive player. Chidiobi's not in the squad. We don't really have any other strikers to play. And again, like in the first leg, we're just hoping Rasmus Højlund can do something, get around the pitch, and please just score. Like, as I said, if we're going to win this, we're going to need Højlund at some point to pick up form. And I know he's struggling at the moment, but it's one of our biggest games. Actually, not about Højlund, it's about the whole team. Like, some of the performers haven't been good enough, and I think you need to go on that and need to develop it. Now, the fifth and final thing, the result. It was 1-1 in San Sebastian. I think United should have won it 2 or 3-1. Now, we're at home. I think we are going to concede. It's typical Manchester United at the moment to concede. We'll probably concede first. I think it's going to be 2-1, which will take it to 3-2 on aggregate. So I'm hoping Manchester United come away with the victory. This Europa League is huge. If we can get a European trophy in the current place that we are, Liverpool are out the Champions League. I know it doesn't correlate to them, but they're out. If we can get a win, win the Europa League, get into the Champions League, it'll absolutely be huge for Manchester United. But listen, there's players returning. It's a huge opportunity for Ruben Amorim and the Manchester United side to get something out of what's been such a poor season so far. And yeah, it obviously helped the revenue, but also more importantly help the players. And it makes, if we have Champions League football, it will allow us to attract so many different players. But yeah, they've been the 5 things to expect. Let me quickly run through my team again. So Nana, the low right wing back, De Ligt, and Heaven, and Mazraoui as the back 3. Now, obviously, Amorim did say that Euro won't be able to play this game or the next game. Neither so Maguire, I don't think. Oh no, we're hoping to have Maguire back in the squad. But yeah, it'd be Dorgu, Casemiro, Bruno, Xerxes, Eriksen, and Højlund. Let me know your thoughts and predictions.